So finally, we're going to teach you now how to close out the class and take your students into Shavasana. So this is like the last maybe 7 to 10 minutes, depending on how much time you have. So Antonika's going to come into boat pose, Navasana. So she comes into sitting on her butt. So we say you're on your sit bones, but then you're actually leaning toward the tailbone. So if some people have an injury, or sometimes some people have broken their tailbone, this is a hard one. You encourage them to put a pillow or some type of something cushiony to sit on. It won't hurt. Okay, but let's say they're fine. So basic, she just comes into having the legs in line with the knees, one straight line. And then a little bit more of a challenge, arms are out. Shoulders roll back, lift the heart, very important, okay? A little bit more advanced, she straightens the legs out and tries a hold here. Let's say this is quite challenging, or either one, or they need a modification. They could bring the hands to the sides, onto the ground, and then use the hands to support the legs up, okay? Some more challenges, bring the palms together and straighten the legs. Hover down, try to keep the head off the ground, shoulders off, heels off the ground, the lower back can touch. And then the final one, arms by the ears, and just reaching the arms towards the back wall, and then rest. Okay, so that little sequence is a nice core strengthening, lower back strengthening. Now we're moving into bridge pose. So she's gonna bend her knees and bring her feet flat, toes forward. Hands are flat. So the hand positioning is important. So we say that the middle finger is almost touching the heel. It's pretty close to the heel. Okay, so middle finger pretty close to the heel. The knee is over the heel, one line, and energetically we're squeezing the knees in toward each other. They don't have to touch, but they're kind of going in toward each other. She lifts her pelvis off the ground, presses through the arms, presses through the shoulders. The butt is relaxed. There's a tendency to kind of clench. You want to relax and just let the lift happen naturally. So this is a very basic bridge pose. A little bit more advanced, interlace fingers, wiggle onto shoulders, taking a little bit more height, as you can see. Another option is come onto tippy toes, onto the balls of the feet like that. This gives you a little bit more height. Here you have some variations. They can lift one leg up to the ceiling, but notice that the pelvis drops, so it's just lift the pelvis up. Yes, yes, there it is. And then switch, same thing, other leg up, lift the pelvis up, and then down. Stay in this position. Now bring the thumbs to the spine and fingertips to lower back. So this is what she's doing. She's bringing her thumbs here, her fingers out. It gives you an even higher. This is supported bridge pose, okay? And then she can rest and come into hugging the knees, rock side to side, okay? So that's, for most people, is pretty doable. They can do that. The more advanced version is wheel pose, also known as upward facing bow. So now she's gonna bring her feet flat again, bring her hands by her ears, root down through the feet, root down through the hands, press and lift up, lifting the body off the ground, okay? So very basic things. You want to make sure the knees are going directly forward, toes forward, elbows are in. Maybe you come here and give them a little bit of a reminder of a lift. That's it. Not much to do here. Okay, so she comes down onto her back and relaxes in on her back. She can hug her knees if she needs to. But let me show you now an adjustment that you can do in spotting this. So let's say you have a student who's coming up, but they can't fully come up. They're kind of up and then down, up and down, and they're just trying and they're struggling. They are getting the lift, but they're not all the way completely lift, or they have a little bit of a tightness. So here's a way you can spot somebody. Okay, so just move down a little bit this way. So she's gonna lie down. She's gonna grab my ankles, actually. So she's gonna grab my ankles, and I say, push my ankles down. So press down, lift the body up, and now with my hands, I come underneath her shoulders, and I get it. You can straighten your arms, press and up. And I give her a little bit of a lift. Be careful with your lower back, okay? I hurt myself, but pulled something, be careful. So don't really lift them, let them do the work, but you're just here to support them a little bit. And then slowly she comes back down, and then release, okay? So again, be mindful of the lower back, and then she can relax, hug her knees, okay? So that's going into bridge and into shoulder stand. So now let's go into the next part of the sequence, which is shoulder stand. So we did bridge and we did upward facing bow or wheel pose. Now we're going to go into shoulder stand. So for shoulder stand, again, she can bend her knees, lift the feet up, lift the butt up, and then bring the hands to the lower back and lift the feet up. So let's say she looks like this. She's kind of on an angle. So I'm going to come here and stand right here, placing my knees and my tops of my shins on her butt and on her lower back. I bring the hands to the ankles, and I lift up to the ceiling and pull her up a little bit to give her a little bit more of an idea of the lift. I may take my feet and kind of squeeze her elbows in towards each other. Okay, and the idea is to keep lifting. So energetically, you're pulling them up, but eventually they're going to do that on their own. And now this is an inversion, right? So we want to make sure that there's alignment. So we want to make sure that the toes are over the knees are over the hips, and the hips are over the shoulders, okay? So you can see she has a little bit more room. So maybe I'll come back here again, and again with my shins and with my knees, lift her up higher and kind of take her more into a straight line, okay? And that's going into shoulder stand. From here, we transition into plow, so she could bring her feet over and have the feet touch the floor. 3 options: hands remain on the lower back, hands come onto the mat, interlace or pressing, either one is fine, or hands grab the backs of the ankles, so bringing the hands to the ankles. So let's say if someone's a little bit high, bringing the hands to the ankles gives them a little bit of push and they can go into it. It's not a deep pose in terms of breath, so they may have to just breathe a little bit shallow, but they should be consistently breathing. Slowly unwind, rolling down one vertebrae at a time, and the legs go straight out, okay? So it's always nice to do spinal twists before you go into Shavasana. So she's gonna go ahead and bring her knee in and send it across the body. And then the arm goes to the outside like that, okay? So now what you wanna encourage your student to do is to keep this shoulder rooted down. So I'm gonna just softly press down, and then with my other hand, I'm gonna press the thigh down like this. Or you could take your forearm and kind of spread the hip away, and then slowly release and switch to the other side. So now she takes that leg in, brings the other leg, sends it across the body, come down onto here, gently place the shoulder down, softly press the knee down like this, or with the forearm push away, and release. Very nice, okay? Now she's going to go to the final resting pose, Shavasana. So with the legs straight, I'm going to show you just some basic Shavasana adjustments, very nice ones. So remember, this is all about creating that space of being calm, still, relaxation. So we usually verbally cue them to relax the toes, relax the feet, relax the ankles, relax the knees, relax the hips and pelvis, shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers, neck, face, done, quiet. And we just sit in quiet. But for now, I'm going to show you how to do the adjustments. Okay, so here we are. I grab her ankles and give a little bit of a lift, just a few inches, not high. Common mistake is people go really, really high. It should be very low, and just gently pulling the hip, very subtly pulling. I have seen trainees do this. Be careful, here we go, ready? Not good. I've seen that, don't do that. Okay, so just a little soft little rock, and then carefully pull them down like this, okay? You can massage the shins. Again, you have to announce to your students at the beginning of class that you are doing adjustments and let them feel comfortable with this. Okay, if they don't feel comfortable, they can politely let you know. Okay, but let's say they're fine with it. You do the shins, you work your way to the thighs, a little pressing, very softly rock, soft. On the pelvis area, again, using those hip bones as kind of guides, softly press down on one and the other. You're kind of rocking side to side, a nice little gentle motion. Okay, and then I work my way to the arms, come to the side, lightly pick up the wrists. Maybe I wiggle the arm a little bit just to have them relax the arm. Massage the forearm, squeezing in the thumbs, the biceps and triceps. Okay, if you have time to do all this, if it's a big class, you may not have time to do all this, you just have to kind of pick what you want to do. Maybe just do the legs only. Okay, you could do the rest. If you have oils, maybe the little subtle oils, lotions, depends. Some people don't want to have lotion, but oils might be nice. Okay, then you slowly obviously go to the other side, same thing. So just pick up the wrist, a little soft rock with the thumbs, massaging the forearms, biceps, triceps, going towards the hands. The fingers are nice. Gently place them down. Work your way over toward the shoulders. So you press on the shoulder, but not down where they'll be hurt. You want to find that place where near the muscle. So you have to be mindful, especially gentlemen to ladies or just ladies, of the breast. We don't want to obviously touch the breast. You have to kind of find that little area between the collarbone, the shoulder, and the breast. So you're pressing in between and just rocking back and forth, either side to side or forward and back. A nice soft little rock like that. Okay. More advanced stuff you can do, of course, the neck. You want to massage the neck. Again, if you have the time, I'm massaging the neck, massaging the traps, right, the muscles by the neck. Okay. With my middle finger or pointer finger, I might do a little massage of the temples. Now here I just begin to close my eyes and become present and in tune with the student. And as I massage their temples, in my mind, I usually say a prayer. I just say, thank you for coming to the class. Please protect this student, guide them, lead them on their path, keep them healthy, protect them. Whatever you want to say, a nice little prayer for them. And then with your thumbs on the third eye, just quiet, and again, a prayer, whatever you want to do, just sending them light, sending them healing energy. And then very subtly, you take your hands away and quietly go on to the next person, or if it's just a small class, you can go back to where your mat is and go into meditation, and that's it. All right, everyone, well, there you have it. The adjust and assist for the Awaken Warrior sequence. I want to thank you for watching, and thank Antonika here. She fell asleep. And we'll see you soon. Namaste.